Low Watermark with a huge chat earlier. Thank you, brother. He says, wait, you mean Kiwi Farms might actually be wrong? No, they would never do that, would they? No, Kiwi Farms sets themselves up to never be wrong by having a self-reinforcing hug box. They say everything, and then they go back and say, see, we said this back then. It's like, well, we didn't. One person said one thing.
Yeah.
For everybody on Kiwi Farms who said there was that I was never getting my children back and would be going to prison forever, there was one person who said Nick will probably get his child back or children back. They still think I'm a scumbag, which is fine, but he'll probably get his children back.
That's not enough for them. They need like you to also die. They get so whipped up into a frenzy that they need you to, like, they have a thirst for lolcows, people who are just totally oblivious to life and openly challenge like reality in a funny way. But there's a limited supply, so they try to pretend that everyone famous is this weird degenerate freak that has no recognition of reality.
When it's often it's funny because when you talk about Kiwi Farms, if you talk about anyone like without specifically stating a user, but you say some people on there, they go, no, that's everybody. You're now talking about everybody, but you're not trying to. But there are people on that forum who legitimately project. This is what I was saying, the myopia of poverty. They project their circumstances onto everything. And these people have a basic disconnect with reality. And it shows up over and over and over again. I mean, because just the way they portray life. That one guy was so fucking funny. He was he's like, how could you even not have food around for kids? Like, well, there's shitloads of food. Like, guys, I spent more on food last year than most people on Kiwi Farms make annually. There's food. There's tons of food. The whole hunger thing was legitimately fucking retarded. It was actually a lie. And that's all recorded too, but we'll get around to it. That was a lie.
Man.
That was crafted.
Okay.
But, and yes, I've proven it.
How are you going to retell this? How are you going to possibly, like, you got to write a book, right? Bestseller. Bestseller.
It's going to be fucking something. You
have to shove it in Maddox's face.
but no, see, but he's like, look, you just get some nori and you get some hearts of palm noodles. And I'm like, it's talking about having food on hand for kids. He's like, you just throw it all in an air fryer and you just have it around for kids to just eat.
What
it's like,
the fuck?
Like,
bro, you need like fruit snacks and gummy snacks and Annie's pretzels and bunnies and all this fucking shit. What are you talking? You fucking
food
weird
kids
fuck?
Eat.
Yeah, cereal.
Like, but this is the thing. It's like this person does not cook for children, and that's fine. Why would you, unless you have them? But it's like, so they're like, look, this is how you do it. You just get these cheap meals. You go to Costco and buy a 100-pound bag of rice. You just rice cooker up some stuff, and then the kids will just come around. They'll just scoop up and they'll hand roll their sushi. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, homie? Like, no child on earth does this. Like, they just eat.
Stay away from my neighborhood.
But they have this myopia where they're like, oh, this is how life is. It's like, no, this isn't how life is for most people. The Kiwi Farms people don't realize that when people are like, oh, you guys aren't like other girls, it's not an endearing thing. It's like, oh, you guys aren't like other girls. Ooh. Stay away. You're fucking weird.
Yeah,
you're weird.
Some of that. Everything they say about like the kids in general and like what you're fucking up on. I think I might have seen that one. Like, this is how you cook for kids. You got to go down and get some mackerel packets at the dock. Bro, what are you talking? You don't see that shit on TV. You guys need to watch some sitcoms because your behavior is aberrant at best. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, and they have no. And I get it. Like, if you're not in, like, if you don't live in the life of having children or in a community full of like parents, you wouldn't know. Why would you? You're just cooking for yourself, for your boyfriend or whatever, and that's fine. But like the whole like cooking for children is like, yeah, you just get some hearts of palm noodles because they're high in protein. It's like, holy fuck, dude, what kind of what are you talking about? You have white bread, peanut butter, and jelly like that.
They have to eat 3 times a day, maybe 5.
It's so fucking funny. But then other people are like, you said you didn't read your threads. Like, well, I don't until something fucking retarded happens and I have to go and look for it. And like, I have to see what's going on. And then it's like, oh, okay, this is what everybody's screaming at me about. And then I see this post about cooking for kids. And it's like, dude, you shouldn't cook for adults, much less children. Like these kids would never eat in your house. But the whole children being hungry thing, it's, I alluded to this earlier. People think that a conspiracy against you is like a grand thing that involves like all these levels of government and like some big motivating thing. But it really is as simple as one person doesn't like you enough to just do their job poorly. Yeah. And you're fucked over. It's a half truth that gets told. It's one lie, one place that can tip things into motion that you then are paying to fight. And it's unreal how it happens. And like I said, thank God, all of it's recorded. It's all fucking recorded. And I have all the recordings. It's just not the right time to do any of this. I have a court case that I have to do.